Okay, this is a beginner lesson on Scruggs style rolls of the 5-string banjo. So we are recording? Yes, we are. Okay. So you can play the roll using different strings, but the pattern of your right hand picking fingers should be the same. So for this first lesson, we're going to use the 5th string, the 3rd string, and the 1st string. And there's going to be 8 notes to the roll. Okay, and then it just repeats over and over and over again. You want to be able to do these rolls really smooth for like 3 to 5 minutes without stopping. So, in the beginning, if you can get through a measure once, great. You just start building up, your ability to play them. But you've got to be smooth and fluid. All these notes must be equal in length. So if I start on the middle string with my thumb, it'll be thumb, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. That's 8 notes. Thumb, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Okay, now you could do this on other strings, like you could start on the 4th string, so it would still be the same roll. So there, instead of the 3rd string, I used the 4th string and the 2nd string. You want to be able to use any combination of strings, like striking different strings, depending on the song you're going to play, because once you get these rolls going, they're kind of like background fill. But the first note of each 8 beats, or 8, parts of the roll, is usually your thumb, and that will be a melody note, because the thumb just comes out, that first note of the measure is the strongest beat of any measure. So let me just play this for a few times through so you have something to play along with. And I'm not going to play it fast. You want to practice this really slow, and then gradually you can build up your speed, and you should be able to go slower, faster, change chords, and just keep this pattern going. So let me see if I can do this for a while. Okay, so if you look at my right hand, my little finger's kind of setting on the head of the banjo. And look, if it's your 4th finger, little finger, it's barely touching the head. It just kind of gives you a home base so that your fingers are always in the same place. And you do not want to pull them out from the strings like this. They stay very close to the strings. And your fingers kind of just move up to your palm, and your thumb comes down towards the ground parallel to the strings. So it's the least amount of movement. When you see these bluegrass guys playing lightning fast, I mean, you can hardly, their hand really doesn't move. Their fingers, it's almost like they're barely moving because they're very close to the string, so they can keep reattacking. So let me just do this again for you. And you should be able to hear that one open 3rd string, G string pop out a little bit more. So this can get boring, doing this forever, but you got to be able to do it smoothly so that we can start adding melody notes and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just the 3rd. It's going to be 5th, 3rd, and 1st string. And I'm going to use my 2nd finger up here on the 3rd string. So we are going to change notes only on the 3rd string, okay? So I'm going to go 2 up to 4, 5, 7, and you'll see. So we can make a little tune. So what I did there was basically play a G major scale on the third string. So I went G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Now, a G major scale isn't that interesting to hear either. So you could, look, you can fool around here just with the second and the fourth fret, go up to the fifth maybe. I mean, just make up your own tune. You know, and that's the cool thing about music. I mean, I strongly suggest getting away from tablature, you know, and just have fun. I mean, that's the key. So if I'll play like a little tune here. So that was just G, A, B, A, back to G. I'll do this again. So I just add another note. Another thing that is really important or is used a lot in banjo playing, particularly Scruggs style, is this slide on the third string from 2 to 4. So you want to start getting that down, that slide. So a slide is when you attack the string at one fret. I hope you can see this. And then you slide up. So here I'm sliding the 2 to 4. It's used a lot, and it'll either be at the beginning of a roll or wherever it is, but there's a lick I'll show you later that it's based off of that first slide. So it's it's the forward roll, the exact forward we were doing, except on the first attack of the string, I'm sliding up from 2 to 4. So you can, you know, practice on that when you feel comfortable with just the roll pattern. Anything you want to do. And everything we just did on the third string, I mean, you could do the same thing on the fourth string with your thumb. So the key is forward roll, 8 notes. Thumb, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. So it's like the roll going forward. Thumb, index, middle. Bum, 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 bum. All right? And if you need to do this quietly, like at night, you can just lightly cover the strings here and you'll get this sound. So, I mean, you could practice roll. It doesn't sound great, but you won't be bugging everybody in the house. So that's another key to that. So this is basically your forward roll. I will shoot other videos for other rolls, and that's pretty much it. But while I'm here, C chord in first position. It's your first finger, first fret, second string, third finger, second fret, first string. Your second finger is second fret of the fourth string. So it's a triangle kind of shape, looks like that. If you need to walk into it, like I'm doing right here, bum, 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 that's fine. But eventually you want to be able to just put them all down at the same time. And that's physical muscle motor memory. So once you get that shape, you exert energy to fret the strings. So you have that C chord. Then you release some of the pressure, but your fingers never leave the string. And that way you'll hear this muted kind of sound. That's the open string. And then you push down again. By this pushing down the shape and lifting up the pressure a little bit, but not leaving the strings, this is how you just memorize that shape. You want to be able to, this is how you're training your fingers to do what you want them to do. So that's your basic first position C chord. You can do the forward roll with this. Start on the fourth string. So here I'm going 4, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. So I'm changing the strings that I'm attacking, but it's still the same thumb. Thumb, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. Okay? So that'll give you something to practice to and work on.